What's going on, guys? Ants Trades back with another video. Hope everyone had a good day. Today went exactly as I wanted to. Once again, pretty much exactly what I was expecting. Everything still looks great. I have no complaints. I am not worried. I am not concerned. Everything is looking perfect. Um, I've been seeing a lot of questions in my comments of my videos. A lot of questions I've answered multiple times in the comments of my videos. Guys, a lot of the questions that you're asking, I answered in my full theory video. It's about 40 or 45 minutes long. It's a long video, but it's a good watch, and I give a complete breakdown of my thought process for everything, for why I'm expecting AMC to squeeze, how, price targets, like all of my TA is in that video. I touch on ape a little bit. Um, I talk about everything in that video. So if you have any questions and you haven't already seen that video, I recommend you go back and watch it. It'll paint a very clear picture for you, and you could kind of see my thought process with this whole thing. Another thing, I saw some people today a little bit concerned with price action today. I don't know why. This is a beautiful candle, guys. We're gonna get into that, but this is great. When I said in my video yesterday we're squeezing, I'm not talking about, we're gonna squeeze in like a month or 2 months or in a year. When I say we're squeezing, guys, like this was the start of the squeeze today. That's what I mean. I mean, we broke out of the descending wedge, 2 year long descending wedge. We broke out of it yesterday, and this was the first day of the squeeze. We're squeezing, guys. I don't know how else I could say this. We're going new highs. Um, and today was the first day of it. So things are looking great. So I just wanted to say that really quick, and I will jump into the SPY. We'll start with that, and then we'll get into AMC. So we'll start with the SPY. So once again, an absolutely beautiful day. Exactly what I was looking for. If you recall me mentioning yesterday, I said I could see a gap to 416 today. We gapped up to 415, saw a wick up to 418, and then closed the day. Looks like 416.75. Overall bullish. I'm going to be bullish on SPY for a while. We're going to have pullbacks here and there. Obviously, you can't just be green every day, but long term, short to mid term, right now, I'm bullish. I mentioned in my video yesterday that I think this thing is going to see a double top around 480. So this thing is going to be working its way back up to that range, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks really good. Volume, pretty much the same. I'm not going to really speak on volume right now. I think there's some weird stuff going on. But yeah, great day. No complaints. Pretty much exactly what I was looking for once again. Really quickly into the EMAs. Let me just get this trend line off. The 20 EMA crossed the 200 today. So that is a bullish sign. That's a bullish signal. And the 50 is now on its way. The 50 will be the next moving average to cross the 200, probably, 4 or 5 days behind. So you could expect to see a golden cross on the SPY sometime next week, which is very, very bullish. It's very good for AMC. It's very good for my thesis. It's just good. It's a good thing. Very bullish. What we want to see. We want to see the SPY going up right now. So that is very good. I'll hop into the 1 hour really quick and throw my trend back up. Take the EMAs off. So yeah, this is our bull trend. It still looks good. Kind of in the middle about tomorrow, not gonna lie, because I could see a possible scenario where this thing just keeps going, and our next stop for the SPY is going to be around 426. But I think we're also due for a pullback in the SPY. I could maybe see this coming down to 410, finding a bounce here, and then working its way up to the 426 level. I don't think we get that tomorrow. Maybe we come down to 410, trade on this range for a little bit, and then bounce back up and close the day around 416 again. Or we just keep ripping to 426. But regardless, there's going to be a pullback sometime in the probably near future. I mean, if this thing rips up here to 426, this is your trend down here. It's going to eventually have to come down, and that's where it's going to find a catch. But, you know, I wouldn't be mad to see this come down to 410 and bounce tomorrow, especially like a pre-market gap down. I would not mind that at all. Yeah, I am expecting AMC to gap up again tomorrow. So with saying that, maybe SPY gaps up again tomorrow. I mean, that would be wild. That would be pretty crazy if the SPY gaps up again tomorrow into the 420s. But, uh, you know, maybe it will, because I'm expecting AMC to gap tomorrow too. Overall, guys, very, very bullish. This looks very good for us. Very bullish on the SPY, bullish on AMC. We're squeezing. We're in the middle of a squeeze now. So yeah, let's jump into AMC. Some of you guys need to just relax a little bit, like have a little bit of patience, guys. Today was the first day of our squeeze. There's nothing to be complaining about. Everyone should be very happy right now. This is the first day of the squeeze right here, guys. We broke out, and it's a technical breakout. This is a 2-year long descending wedge that we poked through and closed above yesterday, and then today we saw a gap. So a gap up to about 630, high of the day around 645, and then low of the day 593, closed at 605-ish, something like that. Guys, this is great. This is great for us. It's very, very bullish. In my opinion, this is the start of the squeeze. We're going to be seeing a lot more days like this going forward. So that is that. I'm not even going to pull the bars pattern up again. Actually, you know what? Yes, I will. Because, I mean, this is a big part of the foundation of my thesis, and we're tracking this perfectly and have been for over a year. So at this point in the bars pattern, we're probably looking like we're in this candle here, and it doesn't have to be one candle. This could be multiple days. Just like this was only like 3 candles of retracement here. This was like 10. It doesn't have to be like 1-to-1. I know I say it's almost 1-to-1. It's just tracking it perfectly. But this candle could be 1 candle. We can get 2 or 3 here to get up to that point. I don't think we're going to. I'm just saying it's not gonna match perfectly. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say here. So this candle right here is where we are, in my opinion, and this is the movement we're going to be expecting. So if you recall yesterday, I mentioned that I could see us maybe gapping up to the $8 range. I said I could also see us trading somewhere in between the wedge and the 100 EMA and maybe forming a doji. That was kind of what we got today. It's beautiful. I don't care if this candle is red. What really matters is that we broke out of the wedge and we gapped up today. That's huge. This is a very, very good thing. So what can we expect for tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm expecting to see the 200 EMA. So maybe you gap up to it. Maybe you get just a full bar. More than likely, we're probably going to see another gap, maybe into like the $7.50 to $8 range. Be trading around the 200 EMA tomorrow, and close the week there. That's pretty much what I'm expecting for tomorrow. But yeah, everything looks good. I'm super bullish. We're squeezing. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but we are squeezing. So I'm just going to say that. Here is our current chart. This is the daily on AMC right here on the right, and this is the daily from the pre-January 2021 squeeze. I went over this yesterday, where you find your bottom, gap up, come up to the top of the wedge, get rejected. 1 day of retracement, break the wedge. Over here, same thing. You have your bottom here, find some gaps up to the top of the wedge, get rejected. This retracement was 2 weeks long. We only had 1 day of retracement here. This was 2 weeks long. Since my first video, I've been mentioning that the algorithm is going to play the cycle out. It will run its course and play the cycle out, but the algorithm can slow down and it can speed up when it sees fit. So that's what this was. Very annoying going through all this, but that's just simply what it was. You know, it's just patience. But we're at the home stretch now. We broke out and gapped up today, and you know, not for nothing, but this is the candle that broke us out in the pre-January 21. This was the one that broke us out present day, yesterday. And then look at the candle you got the next day here. A gap up, a red candle. It's pretty much the same thing. So with that being said, and even the volume, I didn't even realize this until just now, but the volume here on the breakout candle was green, and it was lower than the next day, this candle here. And we have the same thing here. Yesterday's breakout candle is lower volume than today on the gap up. I mean, that's just another, I'm not even going to say coincidence anymore, because I'm 100% sure this thing is running on a cycle and the algorithm is repeating itself on a loop. So I'm not even going to pretend to be surprised there, because that's what I'm expecting. Like I said, from the beginning, I haven't really been wrong. I've just been off with time frame, and this is pretty much why this retracement here took us a while. This day was scary, but we got through it. We bounced, we broke the wedge, and we gapped up today. This is the beginning of the squeeze. Now, if you remember yesterday, we were talking about how January squeeze was only 3 days. You break the wedge and you have 1, 2, and then the algo snaps, and then you get all-time highs. Over here, we broke the wedge and we had our first candle here, the first gap. It is possible. It is completely possible, completely feasible that we get the same thing. I'm not promising all-time highs Monday, but I am saying that it is possible for this to play out the same exact way this did. And it's not going to make sense. If you go back and look at it, you're going to be gapping from $8 to 140. Everyone's going to be like, what the hell happened there? It doesn't really have to make sense. I mentioned that yesterday, because it doesn't. Whatever saves them the most money is what they're going to do, and it doesn't have to make sense. So that's that. So like I said, for tomorrow, probably expecting a gap or possibly a full bar to around the $8 range, around the 200 EMA. That's what I'm expecting tomorrow. We'll probably get a similar candle to this, in my opinion. It could be green, it could be red, but I'm expecting a similar type candle to this one right here, where you gap up, and it's probably going to look something like this. It's not really a hammer, it's more of a dragonfly doji, if anything. But it's slightly higher than this. There's a slight gap up here, and the same type of candle. So you could probably expect the same thing right here. That's what I'm expecting tomorrow. I want to see $8 tomorrow. We don't have to. We absolutely don't have to, but I don't think this thing is going to be slowing down. So, of course, I could be wrong, but this was the first day of the squeeze here, guys. We broke out yesterday and gapped up today. This is the start of our squeeze. We're in the middle of it. Try to sit there and just comprehend that for a second. Today was the first day of our squeeze. Tomorrow, I'm expecting another gap up to this range, and we'll probably get a similar type candle to this going into the weekend. And then we spoke about how there's a possibility that you wake up on Monday morning and look at your phone, and the stock price of AMC is $140, and more than likely that will be the top. We'll see how tomorrow's price action plays out before we start speaking on that. I'll be giving another update video tomorrow after the price action with my thoughts on the day and what I'm expecting. But it looks pretty good, guys. I don't see. It looks really good. It doesn't look pretty good. It looks fucking awesome. It's perfect. I have no complaints. It's following perfectly. We're squeezing. Like, I don't know what else to say at this point. Like, we're in the middle of a squeeze here. So cost to borrow is like 50,000% or something stupid like that. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but it's something like crazy like that. I really quick want to just show you guys this. So I'm going to jump into the 1 hour and now compare the pre-January 21 squeeze from the breakout to today. So there's yesterday's breakout for us and our gap today. This is the 1 hour chart. And then this is the pre-January 21 over here. Again, this trend line, we broke out of it. It should be somewhere down here, around like 555. That's where we broke out. 1 hour on the 1 hour charts on TradingView, the trend lines, they get messed up. It's extremely annoying. But just picture this trend line down here, and we broke out of it just the same way this did over here. So you get this move where, you know, you break out and then you kind of trade sideways up here, which is exactly what we have here. If you guys start following this, you'll be surprised how similar this shit plays out. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Um, even the W. I mean, I did mention that our retracement pattern was a descending wedge, and we're going to be forming a W. Like I said before, um, pre-January 21, the retracement off the rejection here was a W. This is what this is a W, but it's flat. I mentioned that we're descending because we are. We're in a descending wedge, and the price action is descending, and this was forming a W, and that's exactly what it did. It's a very ugly W because the algo decided to drag this out for 2 weeks. This is a 2-week long retracement period here. Really, really slowed this shit down. Very annoying. But we finally broke out, and here's where we are now. So, same thing where you come up here, flatten out, come up here, flatten out, and then you gap up. Now, this is kind of what I'm expecting, and this could just be some extra here where you come to the top, and like we're on our way down now. So I wouldn't really be surprised to see a little bit more downside early on tomorrow morning. Maybe that falls in line with SPY coming back down to 410. Maybe AMC comes down a little bit more, maybe a little bit closer to the top of our trend line of our descending resistance, which is now should be support. So maybe we should come down a little bit closer to that if the SPY decides to, you know, cool off for a little bit and goes to 410 before starting the next leg up to 426, and then you see this for AMC. This is kind of the pattern I'm expecting. Again, this is more of a W. It's weird looking because you gapped up here, but it is a W. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. I think we're going to come up again, and then we're going to come down one more time, and then we're going to take off. It doesn't have to play like that. We could just see crazy gaps. I mean, today we gapped up to 6 something, 630 or something like that. You know, tomorrow we could gap to 20. I'm not gonna, like I said yesterday, this is going to be very, very hard for me to predict the squeeze. Like how we're going to squeeze, I can give you price targets and all that kind of stuff, but just the way that this is going to squeeze on a daily basis is going to be kind of hard to predict. For now, the only thing I could do is follow this, and today's candle matched it pretty much perfectly. So for now, that's just what I'm going to rock with. And so for what I'm expecting for tomorrow is maybe to come down a little bit more in the morning, early on, a little bit closer to the top of our descending resistance. You might see some red tomorrow morning. Guys, do not be worried. I promise you, there's nothing to be concerned with. If there is, I'll let you know. There's nothing to be concerned with, guys. We broke out of a 2-year-long descending wedge, and today was day 1 of our squeeze. Calm down, relax, sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy. Because we're about to go on a fucking absolute moonshot. Just chill out a little bit. A couple days left. This thing is taking off. So maybe you get a little bit of red in the morning, and then you, as the SPY starts to recover, maybe we start to recover as well. I'm looking for this same kind of move. It's a W, more or less. And then this here took you into the end of Tuesday back here. And then, like, this is it, guys. Like, you make a W here, and then that's it. You just rip to the top. So maybe we do the same thing. Maybe we do a W here. Maybe tomorrow is a little bit faster, and then Monday is the day that we wake up pre-market to all-time highs, because that's exactly what happened here. I'm not saying it has to play out that way, because it doesn't. It could be, you know, a daily thing where every day we're going up like 50, 100%. And then I just don't think that's likely, just because there's going to be a lot of people FOMOing in if they do it like that, if they squeeze like that. So a lot of people will FOMO in, a lot of people are going to buy calls, and they're just going to lose more money like that. So I don't see them really dragging this thing out. I think it's going to be very sudden and unexpected. And, you know, people that got tired with the play, you know, the people that aren't convicted in the play, who are now out of the play, they're going to see this, and they're probably going to throw up, because it's going to be very unexpected. If this runs the same way as it did back here, you're talking about going from, like, I don't know, $7 or $8 to 140 overnight. Not saying it has to play like that. I'm just saying that's what happened here, and we are following these 3 fractals back here perfectly. And even today, the candle was the same. Our breakout candle was the same. Today's gap up candle was the same. Guys, this thing is running on a fucking loop. I don't know what else to say anymore. It's looking really good. So pretty much what we can expect is some kind of a W here. That's what I'm going to be looking out for. I'll have a better idea tomorrow. I mean, we'll see if it plays out, if it forms all the way tomorrow. I don't think it's going to. I think we might. I mean, if we do get some kind of like the movement that I'm looking for tomorrow, where you come a little bit more down and then you come back up to the top and close the day somewhere up here. It looks like probably Monday. What will happen is you'll open up here on Monday and then come down one more time and then start the run on Monday, and then Tuesday morning would be the day that you wake up to all-time highs. Guys, regardless, I'm expecting all-time highs next week. I know it's very bold of me to say that. I really don't think it's that bold, considering I've been following this fractal for over a year now, and it's been doing the exact same thing. So I don't think it's that bold, but I think we're seeing all-time highs next week. So that is pretty much it. Everything is looking good, guys. Seriously, there's just calm down, relax, smile, laugh. We're we're gonna be making some serious money on this. So, and just so you guys know, because I have mentioned this, and I've seen a lot of people commenting, so I'm just gonna mention this really quick. Oh, does the squeeze end at 140? Is it over? Guys, if you haven't watched my full theory video, you should probably watch it. I'd mentioned this. No, the squeeze is not over at 140. The leg is going to be over at 140. This is what I'm expecting for the next 3 years, though. And I mentioned this in my theory video, where this should have just launched to whatever price it was going to the first time, but they started running it on a cycle now, and they're just going to let us leg up a little bit at a time, stair-stepping like this. So this is what I'm expecting for the next 3 years. I think we're going to squeeze and see all-time highs probably sometime next week, and then you're going to come all the way back down, and you're going to play some kind of pattern like this again, and then sometime around June, like around that time, doesn't have to be June, but it'll be probably sometime around then. We're going to see a second rip this year up to $500, $600 level. By this time, though, the vote for the reverse split would have probably happened. In my opinion, it's probably going to be a yes. I don't even want to speak on that, but it's probably what's going to end up happening. But it's not a big deal, because this doesn't end here either. And before I get too ahead of myself, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I believe. Not do I believe it. It's what it is. The stock trades on 3-year cycles, and you can go look at other stocks. Look at the spikes that stocks have. Go to Bitcoin and look at the spikes that Bitcoin has had, where it's seen highs. It's always 3 years apart. So, the market runs on 3-year cycles. So this is what I'm expecting for the next 3 years on AMC, and then this will be the end of 2026. And guess what happens? We get a cycle reset, and this shit is gonna fucking launch again. Except this time it would go into four figures. If we get a peak at 500, if you run a Fibonacci extension on this, you're getting a price target in the 2618, 3618 range. It's going to be 4 figures. So that's just my take on that. So that is that, and that is pretty much the video. Like I said, we're in the middle of our squeeze, guys. Today was day one. Today was day one of the squeeze. That's a squeeze candle, guys. We broke out and gapped up. It's looking really good. Let's see how tomorrow goes. I'll get a better idea if the time range where we're going to see all-time highs next week. If we get another candle that looks like if we get some kind of candle tomorrow that's a little bit higher than the one we got today, something like this, I mean, that would be kind of crazy. I would, if I see this tomorrow, I'll be going into the weekend expecting all-time highs on Monday. I mean, I'm not saying that has to happen, because it doesn't. I'm still expecting all-time highs next week anyway. But yeah, guys, bullish as fuck. It really is. Don't worry, guys. Do not worry. It looks really, really good. SPY is very strong right now. AMC broke out of its descending wedge. Is very strong right now. Ape is very strong right now. I mentioned it yesterday in the video. It broke its neckline and saw some gaps. It gapped up again today. This thing is looking good too. Everything's looking good for us, guys. My thesis is playing out perfectly. There's no reason for me to believe that we are not about to see some new highs for AMC. Probably Ape as well. But yeah, guys, it looks fucking awesome. Seriously. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a good night.